Good morning. This meeting of the Blair County Board of Commissioners will come to order. We'll begin with a moment of silent reflection, after which we'll stand for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Nicole, do we have anyone joining us remotely this morning?
We do. If any members of the public are joining remotely, if you could please state your name for the record.
Ellen Schmidt.
Is there anyone else joining us today? Okay, not hearing anyone but Helen. That is roll, sir. Nope, I'll do that next. Thank you. Appreciate it.
On item 5, you'll see the schedule of upcoming meetings. We do have a meeting here tomorrow. It's the annual meeting of Blair Health Choices, which the commissioners will be attending as the sole member of that organization.
Recording has started.
Very good. Commissioners have received and had the opportunity to review the meeting minutes from April 11th, 13th, and 18th. Is there a motion to approve those minutes?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Commissioner Webster, second.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. They are approved. We'll move on at this point in time to any public comment. Then we will move on to item 8 for commissioner comments. Commissioner Webster.
Oh, yes. Oh, there was something I wanted to talk about. Oh, yes, I know what it is. This week is National Park Week, and I realize that we do not have any national parks here in Blair County, but we do have state parks and local parks, and they're wonderful places. I encourage everyone to enjoy our parks. We have Fort Roberdeau, which is actually owned by the county, Valley View, which is also owned by the county, Lakemont Park, which is owned by the county and rented to someone else. But these are all wonderful places to spend some time and enjoy the nature. So National Parks Week made me think of just all the wonderful resources we have here, and I encourage you all to enjoy them and make use of them. Thanks.
Thank you. Commissioner Burke.
I get just to echo that on Saturday, Earth Day, Nature Works Park and the Blair Conservation District hosted an event for the public, and there was a little bit of rain, but it was a successful event anyway, and they plan to do that annually. So one more way to enjoy the parks.
Thank you. For this morning, I want to take some to recognize the life and many significant contributions of our late Congressman Bud Schuster, who passed away last week. During his 28 years representing the 9th Congressional District in the U.S. House, he became a powerful advocate for transportation. His many accomplishments, which were highlighted by chairing the House Transportation Committee, never distracted his focus on improving the lives of his constituents. Just look around Blair County. Bud's dream of a limited access highway connecting the Pennsylvania Turnpike with Interstate 80 became a reality through his work leading to the completion of I-99, which bisects our county. That one accomplishment transformed economic development and the quality of life in Blair County, opening a stream of growth and economic expansions that continue to this day. I don't even want to imagine what our circumstances would be like if Bud Schuster had moved the mountains he did to get us this highway. And we wouldn't have the ballpark, the convention center, the alternative transportation center, or an upgraded airport without his leadership and an influence on bringing these projects to fruition. Blair County was Bud's second home. 3 of his 5 children settled and raised their families here in Blair County. He loved Blair County and the people he served. We extend our sympathies to the entire Schuster family as they mourn this loss. Nicole, can you take us through the consent agenda, please?
Thank you. Today's consent agenda is resolution number 193. It's the payment of 4 warrant lists as outlined in item A. Those do include the payment to Blair Senior Services and the amounts listed on your agenda. It's the ratification of 3 warrant lists in item B. It's the ratification of total payroll for check dated 4/21/23 in the total amount of $846,934.36. It's budget transfers in items D, E, F, and G. It's approving a resignation to the Affordable Housing Trust Fund Advisory Board for H. Barton Han, effective April 5th, 2023, and requesting the approval of the appointment of Susan Everhart to fill the unexpired term of Mr. Han for the period of May 1st, 2023 through April 30th, 2024. It's also requesting the reappointments of Jean Puskar and James Garrett for the period of May 1st, 2023 through April 30th, 2025. Its employments, an effective date of hire change, resignations, and employment status changes as outlined in your agenda in item I, J, K, and L, respectively.
Is there a motion for the adoption of the consent agenda?
Commissioner Webster, I'll make the motion.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye.
I am an aye with an abstention to the Blair Senior Services payments.
Thank you. The consent agenda is approved with the abstentions as noted, and we'll begin with staff reports and special business under item 10. And first, we have children, youth, and families.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so first we are requesting approval of the submission of the fiscal year 21-22 Act 148 fourth quarter expenditure report to the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania for the period of April 1st, 2022 through June 30th, 2022.
We appreciate that we were provided, the commissioners were provided with the details of that report. What time for us to review it? Are there any questions?
No, we've been working diligently on getting caught up, so we appreciate again the county's support in providing Lindsay and Brandon for some additional hands-on
Yes.
these items.
Thank you. We'll let you go to your next item.
Okay. We're requesting approval of the fiscal year 2021 and 21-22 renewal purchase of service agreement and HIPAA business associate agreement between the County of Blair, Blair County Children, Youth, and Families, and Pathways for the period of July 1st, 2020 through June 30th, 2022. Keep going.
Keep going.
Requesting approval of the fiscal year 22-23 purchase of service agreement and HIPAA business agreement between County of Blair, Blair County Children, Youth, and Families, and Adelphi Village for the period of July 1st, 2022 through June 30th, 2023.
Any questions from me again? We're glad to see these coming through.
Yes,
and,
we're moving along.
Being updated. We are moving along.
And then we're requesting approval of the following 3 agreements for payment of legal services between the County of Blair, Blair County Children, Youth, and Families, and Larry Lashinsky, the County of Blair, Blair County Children, Youth, and Families, and Finelli Willett Law Offices, and the County of Blair, Blair County Children, Youth, and Families, and for Stoken, Huff, and Kormansky, and Nagel. Fees for the said agreements are outlined therein, and terms are for the period of July 1st, 2022 through June 30th, 2023.
Questions for Wendy or any comments?
All right, thank you.
We'll move them to
Wendy.
Thursday. Thank you. B, elections. I believe our finance director, Lindsay Dempsey, is going to take care of that.
I'm going to do I, just the first one. This is requesting approval for the submission of the second and final invoice for the HAVA security grant, the Help America Vote Act, to the PA Department of State, Bureau of Commissions, Elections, and Legislation, in the amount of $23,787.15. This is a grant that we already applied for, so this is just submitting an invoice for reimbursement.
We're glad, and this exhausts the funds.
Yes.
which is good. So we've used.
Yeah, just a little bit more of a finer point on that since this predates Lindsay. This was, the HAVA grant was paid for our elections, new elections equipment back when we ordered it in 2019. The state actually reached out to us and said, are there any other expenditures that you didn't? Because we were able to recapture some. We looked in our financial records, Lindsay did some digging, and we did indicate the 23,787.15. So a bit unexpected, but a welcome email in our inbox, right, Lindsay?
Yes.
When we
were not
hey, do you have
expecting
anything else
to be able to claim that.
Yeah, so we weren't expecting it. This will go back into the bond fund since that was the original generator of that purchase. So this will be directed back to the bond as a reimbursement to there.
Very good.
Any other
Thank you for the
questions?
explanation. Any
Yeah.
questions for Lindsay on that?
I'm taking the next one. All right, thanks. Thanks, Lindsay.
Go ahead, Nicole.
Okay, so the second one is an agreement to purchase and also have some equipment maintenance. Software is a little bit, it's the title of the document, but there is no software involved. So the title of the document is a little misleading. It's requesting approval of the purchase agreement and a equipment maintenance agreement between the County of Blair and Pitney Bowes. This is for the purchase of another envelope opener. This is installation training, which will include some safety training in it because it is a fast-moving part, in the amount of $5,337.36. And again, the equipment service agreement in the annual amount of $527. The purchase will be paid through the Election Integrity Grant Program, so we're taking advantage of some of those state funds that were provided to us to provide another envelope opener. We've often joked, but that machine really truly did save our lives, truly in the presidential election when we're trying to open 20,000. And honestly, to the election office, just on a daily basis, they do get a lot of mail with applications and mail-in applications that they do run through there, and it does save a lot of time. We did learn from our first purchase of an envelope opener that the maintenance agreement is probably a really good idea. We send a lot of mail through there. Our mail count, it counts, and we can count how many pieces of mail it goes through. And we were fearful for the May election that the old envelope opener would not work, but we did get a nice email from Sarah this past week that said someone magically was able to get it working. So this will give us two. There's often a line there, and we want to make sure that we can get those ballots open and counted as quickly as possible. So this will help us do that.
Now, I have to admit, it was a lifesaver. When we purchased that first one, and Jen Sluppy was our finance director and came and wanted to get this $5,000 envelope opener, I was kind of incredulous. And then working the election, told her later, one of the best investments ever. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
grateful to have that.
Yeah.
Any questions for Nicole on that? Okay, thank you, Nicole.
Thank you.
Item C, registered reporter. We're joined today by Anita Chuchanik, our Register of Wills and Recorder of Deeds. Good morning, Anita.
Everybody. We're requesting approval of a software support agreement between the County of Blair and Optical Storage Solutions, Inc. for 21 full Landex licenses, 1 hot site disaster recovery site, and record alert service for the Register of Wills and Recorder of Deeds office in the total amount of $24,585, and 2 full Landex licenses for the assessment office in the total amount of $1,280. The term is for a period of from May 1st, 2023 through April 30th, 2024. And before I ask if there's any questions, I just want to give you an update with the Landex system, how with the remote online access, how the revenue has increased. When I started here in 2020, we had made a profit of, we brought in over $37,000, which the amount of the money still paid for our software agreement, and we profited over $11,000. In 2022, I'm happy to report the total commissions was over $40,000. And when you subtract the system being $25,865, we have a profit of over $14,000. So it is an increase from 2020, and a lot of people still use that system. So this system allows us to have our remote online access accessible to all the public. We have well over 200 people that a month that access it as well. with over 2,000 people a year. So just was excited to tell you all about that. Any questions?
I don't have a question, but I just do have a thank you. I use this frequently, and it is wonderful because in the middle of the night, you can do a title search. It's great. But it is very convenient for all the attorneys and the public, and it's helpful. It's
Great.
very helpful.
We don't get I don't get any complaints from it ever. So we're excited that it's still working.
Thank you very much. And I'm sorry, Deanna, did you want to say anything?
I
from
can add that
your
my
in terms-
office uses it every day, so we are very appreciative of it. It's very easy to access and use and right at our fingertips, so it's definitely something good to have.
And we continue back scanning, my staff, so when we have our downtime, we are back scanning the old books as well. So we're back in like the 1920s with back scanning, so we're getting there, but it's just nice that we can continue doing that.
That's a great use of technology, and we appreciate
It
your work.
is.
Thank you for the explanation. We'll move that to Thursday's agenda.
You're welcome.
And item D from the prison, Deputy Warden Whitesell. Good morning.
Good morning. As we progress in getting contracts for services at the prison, we are coming today to request a proposed service contract with Joseph Barina Incorporated to provide services as needed in the areas of HVAC, refrigeration, generators, electric, plumbing, laundry equipment, food equipment repairs. At labor charges would be $90 an hour, straight time in, overtime, and $55 truck charge. The agreement would be for 1 year with options for extension. We have used Barinas in the past, and they do a good service for us. And just to make it uniform with the county, we'd like to get this approved.
We appreciate you working on these and getting them into conformity. Any questions for the Deputy Warden?
Thank you very much.
Take that to Thursday. Thank you very much. And item E from the Commissioner's Office, Allison Senkovich.
Hello. So I'm here today to request approval for the submission of a permit application for the discharge of stormwater into the Altoona Water Authority's combined sewer system for the Blair County Department of Emergency Services located at 615 4th Street in Altoona in the total amount of $375. Just wanted to note that this is a renewal. Every 5 years, we just need to renew this permit. And this was for a project that was completed back in, I think it was 2016. So this is just an annual 5-year renewal.
Any questions for Allison?
Allison, can you remind me of the due date for that?
That is due
First or fifth?
the first.
Okay. If the board wouldn't mind, and if you've had enough time to review and you don't have any additional questions until Thursday, if you don't mind going ahead and approving this, we'll have to get it in and in as a contract and then get a requisition and some munis stuff to have the payment ready. We'll probably have to ask them if Tuesday's okay for the check. So just timing wise, so we have some time to do that, that would be wonderful.
Members all right with that?
Yes.
Commissioner Webster?
I would then make a motion that we approve the submission of the permit application for the discharge of stormwater into the Altoona Water Authority's sewer system.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Burke. Is there any other discussion? Those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
It's approved.
Thank you.
Allison. We have no old business, and unless there are objections, we're going to adjourn our meeting at this time, and thank you all for your participation in today's meeting.